Well, one of two men convicted of beating and burning a gay Sylacauga man faces sentencing today.
Dave, that's right. We are live above West Alabama, and one of the reasons we are live from the air is to show you one of the ways the police are searching for their suspect.
State transportation officials realize that many people are creatures of habits, and when they come up to this intersection, they will probably yield instead of stop because that's what they're used to doing. But they hope once folks get accustomed to this stop sign, that's exactly what they'll do. Josh, I am just northwest of Northport off of Highway 171 on Jackson Trace Road. I am standing in the remains of a three-story home that was totally ripped apart by this tornado. All you can see now, some lumber, a door, some clothing. That's all that's left, the remains of a house that once was. Right now, you are riding along as we are taking the first test drive in the first Mercedes M-Class delivered here in Tuscaloosa, the first one delivered in the United States as well. And Josh, I want to put in a request to do the rest of my live reports this way this summer.
Well, I think that's a possibility. We'll go ahead and certainly let you continue to cool down and do a couple laps all at the same time.
I plan to.
All right, thanks a lot, Mark.
Now, live from ABC 3340, this is the Weekend News.
He was a man on the run speeding through red lights, zooming through busy intersections of speeds at up to 100 miles per hour. But unfortunately, when this runaway driver came to a stop, he took an innocent life with him. Good evening. I'm Mark Rains. Valerie Carter has the weekend off. Thanks for joining us. When to chase? That's one question police are trying to answer tonight as they launch a full investigation into this morning's deadly crash at the intersections of 3rd Avenue and Richard Arrington Jr. Boulevard. ABC 3340's Varian Walton has been following this story this afternoon. She joins us now live from the newsroom with the details. Varian, we know police found some drug paraphernalia in the suspect's car, but tonight police don't know why this man ran, do they? Thank you, Varian. That's Varian Walton reporting live tonight from our Birmingham newsroom. Well, an accident in central Alabama is under investigation tonight. A head-on collision happened today around 2:30 in Aniana. That's in Blount County. 2 lifesaver helicopters were sent to the scene. 1 man and 1 woman were taken to Caraway Hospital. Their conditions are not available at this time. Well, another victim was taken to Blount County Memorial Hospital. Well, with a simple statement, a man held the Summerton community hostage for 2 terrifying hours on Friday.
He went to his car and got the rifle out and said that he was going to come back in and mow everybody down.
47-year-old Jimmy Eatman tried to follow through on his threat by holding his doctor, Bruce Russell, a nurse, and 1 other employee hostage. Police say Eatman called Dr. Russell's office Friday afternoon asking for a shot of the pain medicine Demerol. When nurses told him the drug would not be available until Monday, Eatman went to the office angry, demanding medication and carrying an SKS assault rifle, rounds of ammunition. Eatman has been undergoing treatment at Dr. Russell's office for some time. A Vietnam veteran, he apparently needs the pain medicine due to war wounds. Eatman was talked out of the building and taken into custody. He's in the Walker County Jail undergoing a mental evaluation. Well, Birmingham police responding to reports of gunfire last night found 1 victim dead. It happened at 8:30 in the 1700 block of 4th Court West. When police arrived on the scene, they found the man who was taken to UAB Hospital, where he later died. Police are still searching for the shooter. Well, tragedy has hit the Columbine area once again. The mother of a survivor of the Columbine high school shootings walked into a pawn shop on Friday. Authorities say 48-year-old Carla Halkhalter acted interested in buying a .38 caliber handgun. When looking at the weapon, she loaded the gun with her own ammunition and fired 2 rounds. 1 hit a wall, the second entered her head. Police in Englewood, Colorado are calling the death a suicide. Carla's daughter was left partially paralyzed after the Columbine shootings. Well, a sea of crimson and orange descended upon Tuscaloosa today as Alabama and Tennessee battled it out for bragging rights at Bryant-Denny Stadium. ABC 3340's Mike Marr is in Tuscaloosa tonight. He joins us now live. Mike, what's the feel there? We know we didn't get a big win for Bama.
The rest of the crew and I think we're going to go try and seek out some of those lobster tails, so we'll see you a bit later.
Yeah, I was going to ask if you got any of that barbecue.
We're on our way right now.
Thanks, Mike. That's ABC 3340's Mike Marr reporting live from Tuscaloosa tonight. Unfortunately, a lot of Rocky Top going on in Tuscaloosa tonight. Well, the First Lady is getting some extra publicity from an unlikely supporter. Find out why the Democratic Party is fighting mad about an unusual campaign contribution. And 2 very different groups are working together to prevent violence. Hear what steps they're taking when the 6 o'clock news continues. More than 80 people are being treated for injuries after fire swept through 2 disco clubs. That story tops a look at your world tonight. Mostly teenagers were in the clubs when the blazes broke out. They happened in 2 different towns in Austria. Authorities say both clubs had small pieces of plastic from decorations spread on the floor. Burning cigarettes may have caused the foam pieces to go up in flames. Several people were trampled when the crowds rushed to emergency exits. An investigation is underway to see if the decorations should be pulled from the market. And Republicans are concerned that China is trying to gain control of the Panama Canal. The Senate Armed Services Committee is investigating claims that China is becoming a menace at the canal. But one U.S. general says environmental damage and terrorism pose more serious threats to the waterway. The United States will hand over control of the canal to the Panama government on December 31st. Well, 400 people, including Reverend Jerry Falwell, are on the streets of Lynchburg, Virginia this weekend. Gay organizations are meeting with Falwell to talk about preventing violence against gays and Christians. Some members of gay and lesbian organizations plan on attending services at Falwell's church on Sunday. Police are hoping there won't be any problems, but officers are standing by just in case. And the Democratic Party is fighting mad over a new Pizza Hut commercial. The advertisement for the restaurant's New York pizza is using Hillary Clinton to help sell their product. Clinton has yet to declare her intent to run for the state's U.S. Senate seat. The ad points out a finger at her newfound love for the state. Democrats are saying the ad is an illegal campaign contribution, and they're demanding an investigation. And that is a look at your world tonight. Well, there's no question the computer age has opened up a whole new world for online users all over the country. When the news at 6 continues, we'll show you how some folks are getting smart online and getting an education without leaving their home. Mark Prater now joins us with weather. Mark, like you said, perfect football weather today.
It was. You don't get it much better. A little breezy at times. I know over at the University of Alabama's campus, they get a little breeze, but still was great. Either you're inside or outside, you enjoyed the weather
nice
today.
Sun, can't beat that.
No, I think we got another day of that tomorrow. We do expect to warm up quite a bit.
Probably need to bundle up for church in the morning.
Oh yeah, jacket's going to be a priority tomorrow morning.
Maybe even a sweater.
Yep.
All right, thanks, Mark.
Sure.
Well, the college campus of the future is as close as your computer. Nearly 1 million students are getting a college education online. Assignments and lectures are downloaded and discussions are held by email. If you need to do any research, the internet is your library. Well, many people who choose an online degree say they could never get their college education without the computer college. Well, there was a lot riding on today's battle between Alabama and Tennessee. Coming up next in sports, Mike Rada has highlights of the Big Orange and the Crimson Tide in a live report from Tuscaloosa. And UAB was on the road today trying to pick up a win against Wake Forest. Jeff Spiegel has the highlights coming up next. Jeff Spiegel now in with sports. Not a good day if you're a Bama fan.
No, a huge letdown after a huge build-up. Nebraska loses to Texas 24-20. That was a huge upset.
I heard that. And you know, those World Series tickets, $1,500. Gosh.
It's out of my price range.
Me too, thanks, Jeff. Well,
Sure.
Pumpkins, skeletons, and monsters are taking up residence in homes across the U.S. as folks get ready for All Hallows Eve. When the news continues, we'll take you to one neighborhood where the Halloween decorations are also serving another purpose, keeping the cars clean. That story when we return. That's all the time we have for now. We'll try to get you that Halloween story tonight at 10. Be sure to tune in also at 10:15 for Saturday Sports Final with Jeff Spiegel here on ABC 3340. Have a great evening.
This is a special report from Alabama's ABC 3340.
As we reported moments ago, and first here on ABC 3340, authorities have captured James Clayton Nelson. He is the man accused of raping and kidnapping his ex-wife and her sister. We're going live now to reporter Mark Rains, who is on the scene. He has the very latest for us. Mark?
Diane, I am live at the corner of Highway 83 and Highway 46 county roads here in Fayette County and East Fayette County. Mr. Nelson was found here just behind this store at about 1 o'clock or so. We're going to show you some video now, the first to air the video of Mr. Nelson being captured. This is unedited. You are seeing it for the first time as we are seeing it. A local resident who works in the store recognized him when he came in the store and asked for a hamburger and called police as soon as she could, and that led police to this area. They brought dogs out, and the dogs tracked him down in the woods behind that store. The Department of Corrections supplied those dogs from the Donaldson Correctional Facility in Birmingham. Once again, Mr. Nelson is in custody. He faces 6 counts, 2 counts of kidnapping, 2 counts of rape, and 2 counts of sodomy of his wife and her sister, as well as a possible shooting yesterday afternoon here in Barry. We will bring you more details as they become available. The police chief is coming out of the woods right now. We are going to talk to him shortly. Back to you, Diane.
And Mark Rains of our news staff is in Marengo County right now. Mark, tell us where you are and what road conditions are like.
James, I am right inside the Marengo County line on top of the bridge over the Black Warrior River. It has been snowing heavily like this since about 2 o'clock this morning. We came here from Tuscaloosa County, and the snow started near Foster's and came all the way down through Greene County down to Demopolis. We took Highway 43. We want to show you some of our trip, some of the video we shot along the way. Take a look at the countryside. In some places as much as 4 inches of snow. It's really beautiful but also dangerous. The road conditions are very bad. Visibility is about 200 to 300 yards ahead of you is about all you can see when you're traveling. So far, no roads in the Demopolis area have been closed, but we saw several cars off the roads into the ditches because they might have been driving too fast or lost control. But it is very dangerous out on the highways. There is a lot of slush and snow on the roads, so you definitely don't want to get out unless you have to. But it's very, very cold. James, you said that we are just probably below the freezing mark. I know the bridge below me is frozen in the area I'm standing on. Earlier, we showed you a small snowball to show you how bad the snow was. These are the kind of snowballs that are being made now. We've already seen some snowmen on the way here. I am now joined by Sergeant Brady Tews with the Demopolis Police Department. Thanks for joining us this morning. What did you think when you looked out your window this morning and saw this?
Well, first I wanted to get back in the bed and forget about coming to work.
I felt the same way. How bad are the road conditions? We just saw a truck fly by you. How fast do they need to be going? Have there been many accidents because of the weather around this area? Would you tell people not to leave their homes if they don't have to, or do you think it's that serious?
He was ice enough over there.
Okay, thank you for joining. Good luck to you. I know it's going to be a busy day. Once again, the officer said, don't leave your homes if you don't have to. It's very dangerous out here. The roads are very slick. Some cars going off the roads, several accidents. It's very cold, very wet, and the snow continues heavily nonstop, James.
Alabama's first home football game kicks off tomorrow morning at Legion Field.
For the past 4 years, the university has put players on the tickets. But this week, the ticket features 4 fans who went pretty far to show their support. ABC 3340's Mark Rains takes a look at the quartet of football fans who are enjoying their 15 minutes of fame.
Mike DuBose, the $1 Million Band, the players. These are the types of photos which are typically on the Alabama football tickets. But for the first time, 4 fans fill this slot. They found out when the tickets arrived in the mail.
When I saw the picture, I just went crazy. It was just like unbelievable.
And I just kept showing everybody I could. It's a dream come true.
I proceeded to scream and yell for about 20 minutes.
It's unbelievable. I mean, I never would imagine in a million years.
Philip, Chris, and Andy make up the AMA and Bama on the photo. Their friend Jason was a reluctant B.
To be honest with you, I really didn't want to do it, and you know, they only had three letters there, and they needed a 4th letter, so they talked me into doing it, and I really wasn't excited about doing it.
Here in the hardware store is where this fun photo story all started. That's right, these guys used common house paint to paint their bellies for Bama, and they say it hurt a lot more to put it on than to take it off.
Surprisingly enough, it just flaked right off about halfway through the game. We really expected it to be bad because when we first painted up, it burned and really got stiff, and we were expecting bad things to happen, but it was actually a lot easier than we expected.
While their antics may seem wild, these Tide fans aren't your typical partying college students. They're Christians who attend the same church and go with a group to the football games. Kent Gidley picks the photos for the tickets.
The excitement that surrounds Alabama football, the tradition behind it, and I think that sums it up in that one particular photograph.
You have 75,000 people that have a picture of you in their wallets when they go, and they don't even know it, but you're sitting there and you're the one on the picture, and it's like unbelievable.
I'm using one and framing one with some pictures of it, just to remember my time in Alabama history.
After this much attention, don't be surprised if you see them baring their chests again for Bama. From Tuscaloosa, Mark Rains, ABC 3340.
They'll almost have to go shirtless tomorrow now. Well, all 4 of the fans plan to frame their tickets, and they'll try to grab a few extra stubs tomorrow.
Now y'all look serious, but those bridge players next door, that makes it funny.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's on NBC too, so you can
It's
watch
on
us.
Channel 13.
13, yeah, you can watch us, then flip over.
and then flip it.
That's usually where a lot of my
We'll pick out the pretty ones.
And then 6